Welcome back to Kaiserpunk, episode number 12. We talked about the wartime adage last time regarding bread or bombs, is what the adage is, not bread and bombs. We're working on both, though. We're not trying to pick one over the other, but at the moment we desperately need bombs, so I just added in 2 more bomb factories fully upgraded. And now we're going to work on the grain side of needing bread as well. Meanwhile, we're, actively trying to conquer the freaking world, because, that's what you do. Right? That's what we're doing right now, anyway. And we're coming damn close, right? We've got all but 2 provinces of the entirety of the Americas. And meanwhile, these guys have finished their task conquering this area. Ooh, what do we have there? Oh, that's Mali. Into position, and meanwhile... they've arrived. Our Navy is present. They are going to be joining the fight. Speaking of fight, we've got a lot. Okay, we need to make some triplanes. Ooh, they've got an Air Force. They've taken to the skies. They have taken to the skies. The fight is on. Okay, well, damage continues. We need to get that triplane taken care of. But in the meantime, they still have their upgrade present for their airfield. They still have their 20 garrisons. They had no regiment defending to fight against, but we wiped out all four of their plane types. Yowzer. So we control the skies once again. Alright, that Air Force is not ready to go again yet, but the Navy most certainly is. And we can begin. Alright, taking a look at our forces. 1, we have a deployable unit that's still on the way. Still another 5 days before it gets here. But overall, unit is in really, really strong shape. And how we're looking, damage versus naval is very high. Versus aerial is alright. It's actually good, but versus land, 102. This is gonna inflict some damage. Ready, set, here we go. We did not take very much damage, and we destroyed 2 garrisons, and all units are now quite experienced. Alright, so it begins. Alright, the final empty minor nation here in the Americas is now coming under attack. Of course, we do have a few units in this battalion that are very soft, that need to get taken care of, but we'll let them finish the job. There's only 1 garrison left, and looks like these guys are going to be just fine. We'll end up replacing them with higher tier units anyway. Round 2 with our Navy, it's still going to be 4.5 days, so we're still without that unit, but we've got a pretty strong advantage. Garrisons already went from 20 down to 18, and that's just going to snowball. It's going to get us in a position where we're getting stronger and stronger. And, we're definitely taking losses, but it's so minor. And they've put up forces once again, but we already destroyed one of them. There's only 1 left. But they're actually back up on the garrison count to 19, which means it's time for another air raid. So those garrisons did not take losses because the regiment stood in front of them, so we've got to keep an eye on that one and probably use the air forces to clear those out so that we could then focus on destroying the garrisons. That wipes out the new forces, but yeah, those garrisons, it's gonna be a tricky balance. We'll get there. We will get there. We're gonna be walking in before too long. 2 more tank factories so we can get our units leveled up a little more quickly. And speaking of, it's about time I take a look and see where we're at in that process on all of these guys. So that first battalion, let's see. Oh, they are all the way leveled up. Oh, but these guys are not. We've still got pounder guns here, field howitzers. I think we have enough. Oh, we'll get the first one changed out. Meanwhile, this is the battalion that's on the front. They have been attacked, but damage is minimal. And they are deploying an upgraded unit in the meantime. Here is the one that is very much in the midst of the fight to take front. They do have a unit ready to deploy. Let's get that happening. And we should probably reinforce these two. Oh, and these guys are completely ready to deploy, but I don't have anywhere that I want them to deploy at this point. So we do have that 4th battalion ready to go. All right, new battalion formed. So let's start with the Air Force. The enemy is definitely pouring everything they've got into survival, which is making it a lot easier on us, really, right now. And more difficult. I mean, if they weren't doing that, we would have walked in a long time ago. But the good thing is it's halting a lot of what their other production would be. Yeah, they're already back up to 20 garrisons, but that wiped out 2 of them, leaving just a tank unit, and then we will use the Navy. We can't let their recovery outpace our attack, and at the moment their recovery is outpacing our attack, so we're gonna have to really kind of press on here, as that did not wipe out any garrisons. Garrisons are fully intact. All we did was destroy the battalion once again. But it looks like we might have finished off Pompous, and yes, we have. That is all minor settlements in the Americas completely wiped. We are in total control, besides one final province, one final enemy in the Americas. For once, I'm a bit content with where we're at balance-wise. We're not at 0 for anything other than these higher-level military, higher-tier military options that aren't available to us just yet. And there's ways to deal with that, but among those ways is kind of what we're doing. All right, we've already built in an entire extra battalion that we're not necessarily using. There was no air. Okay, I guess maybe there was an Air Force, but that's an extra fight that's put up, and a whole Air Force of bombers. Okay. Well, they aren't going to put up much of a fight aerially, so we'll have them destroyed quite quickly. Okay, you guys are ready for some like proper reinforcements, and we're going to re-strengthen this group and maybe bring them. I don't know if I can bring. Oh, I can't. We cannot have 2 battalions on the same plot. Okay, good to know. But it's time to replace these 2. Maybe it's time that I start doing something with these guys regarding the fight. But I wanted to take out at least a few garrisons before I start attacking with this battalion. But if we are going to tip the scales in our favor, it's going to be a little tricky. There we go. That Air Force is attacking us this time. Haha. They're bringing it to us. I don't mind, because we're going to turn around and bring it to them. And our air units are going to wreak havoc on them in defense. They will definitely inflict some damage on our ground units, though. There you go, victorious. Victorious. Well, of course it's victorious, right? We're on the defensive side. But that only half wiped them out, and definitely did a little bit of damage to our regiment. But our Navy's ready to go, and our Air Force is ready to go, so let's go right back at them. I think as the aggressor, we'll do a lot more damage than we'll take. Like, what are those bombers going to do to my planes? Fly over top of it? Drop a bomb down? Yeah, there you go. More than half wiped. It's going to take a little bit, though, to finish them off. Let's see. Do we have the fighter triplanes? Yes, we'll reinforce these guys. And speaking of, let's get those light fighters back as well. Ooh, they're ready to level up again. Tundra. We already have Tundra? Yes, we do. Alright. Navy. Well, those bombers are pretty decent against our Navy. But we do a fair amount of damage. Took much more damage, though, than what we've done before. They've got a 50 on their naval damage. Alright, let's get these guys reinforced here. As right now, this is kind of the key. Oof, don't have enough pounders, though we've got more coming. Well, the thought that this would be easy once we got our Navy here is proving to be not the case. And especially with those bombers, we're having our hands full. Because we're not really hurting the garrisons at all. We're stopping them from having any sort of regiment. But the garrisons are stopping us from walking in. And their Air Force just leveled up, but they're about to get wiped out. They're getting awfully close. But we're taking a lot of damage to make this happen. Let's go ahead and reinforce these guys. Our extra destroyer has arrived. And the Navy's ready to go again, so on they go. Ooh, and we are ready to level up. Almost wiped them. Need to get the battalion sorted. Let's see, which battalion is it? It is the 3rd Battalion, right? Yes. Replace. And we're just going to do both. Alright, let's go finish off that group of bombers. And there we go. Success. Alright, that's going to free up the garrisons to come under attack once again. And as our Navy just leveled up a second time, they now have the Arctic Fox, which is going to help us get a bonus against Tierra del Fuego, and 3 garrisons wiped. There you go. Now it begins. Now it begins. We've just got to really stay on top of this. And when that timer resets, we've got to attack once again. But in the meantime, our Air Force, I think we did lose 1 unit with all those rapid attacks. Let's see, where are you? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Let's get another upgraded unit. Ooh, hello. Light bombers. Light bombers are ready? Yes. Let's get a light bomber added into that Air Force unit. We've been preparing that for a while. Back on the map. Yeah, because they're expiring quickly. Or the timer is resetting quickly enough. And we can attack again. And they have not reinforced. No regiment. No air battalions. No bomber groups. So suddenly we're down to 13 garrisons. And I think once we get under 10, we're gonna, oh, they got a Navy returning home. They're probably on their way to come challenge us. on the Navy. The Air Force is looking good. Let's get them. Well, reinforce who we can reinforce. Down to a dozen. I think they had been able to reconstruct at least one of them while we were waiting on that reset. Oh, that other naval unit is ready to deploy. I think we're going to be moving. Here they come, getting closer. Still no new Air Force or... Oh, there's a regiment now. Okay, there's a regiment now, so we will attack once again with the Air Force. They have deployed a new regiment. Looks like it only has 2 units. Tank and an artillery unit from the look of it. Oh, a lot more than that. Took out 2 of the 6 units that they were able to deploy there rapidly. It's a big hodgepodge, though. Unit of varying levels. And the Navy's ready to go again, but now they're going to have to get through a mishmash regiment on their way to try to kill those garrisons. So they're back up to 13 garrisons. So they've rolled out another garrison in the short term. We wiped out 2 more units. There's just 2 remaining. No. These guys, once they deploy here in just shy of 4 days, I think I'll be willing to now start using them in the fight, right? The garrison number has cut back a bit. We're getting close. All right, Navy's ready to go again. And their Navy pulled back. They didn't come to engage us, so... making life easy on me. Alright, so we finished off the battalion, but now all of a sudden they're back up to 14 garrisons. They keep doling out one after another, and we need to reinforce. Ooh, no more corvettes. Okay, we need to get some corvettes made. The Air Force, it's going to be a minute. Let's go ahead and work on those corvettes. Alright, everybody's ready to go again. Do we have... No, we have no Air Force right now, so... no regiment defending them. We've wiped them out. So back to decreasing the number of garrisons. This should get us back to about where we were before they deployed the unit. Yeah, back down to 12. Back down to 12. And these guys, 2 more days till they deploy. Another barrage from the Navy. But at the moment it became eligible. Really need to just keep up the pace on this one. And we're down to 10. Down to 10. These guys... day and a half. Day and a half till deployment, otherwise they're at full strength. So soon enough. Continue to use that Navy in the short term. Oh, something's happening. Oh, it's an epidemic. Alright, so we have influenza. The flu has struck, and it's struck hard. Cooldown for armies. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, we have choices. Medicine is not available to us yet for some reason. It's a higher tier that we have not been able to get into. So, 5 of 5 police stations. There you go. Quarantine. And we have to make 7 new police stations to get through this. That's fine. It'll help with the public service ratings. We can just put them out randomly, even though there's a particular area that they're supposed to serve, as in it's all residential. Even though the additions of these police stations, it's costly, very much costly, but I think it's also just a necessary feature to get out of this epidemic. We've already got 5 constructed here in a short period of time. And we're going to make that 6. And I think we'll randomly put one out here just for good measure. Even though there's no residents living out here. There we go. Okay, laborers need their safety to be felt. They're at 61%. This is manufacturers. We need, that's technicians. Safety to laborers. There you go. Safety to laborers is fire stations. So let's get in here and put in more fire stations. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, we are short. I actually am short. It's like 5'6". What is that in centimeters? Wow, what was it, like 160 something? Yeah. Definitely on the short side. That's not the short I meant. We are short laborers. Alright. We're no longer short laborers. Oh, we added in this fire station that's just not doing enough. What else can we do for safety besides fire stations? I guess let's take a look at our... That's morale. Morale. Education, 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 also education, health services, is that gonna, no, it's just health, right? Safety, fire station. Okay, we've got it up to 65%. Just not quite sure what I'm missing because we have total coverage, but I'm guessing it's these other areas like further out maybe that are a problem right now. So let's see what we can do about filling in some of these guys. We've got to get back out on the map. 68%. We're getting there, but okay, they've got a regiment again. I waited too long. They've recouped a lot of their losses. They're back up to 16 garrisons. Bad timing for COVID to arrive. All right. Well, we took out a good chunk of the battalion, but again, they still have the 16, so it's going to take us a little bit here to fight them off. Almost finished off the battalion. Okay, we need to double dip. We need to be a little back and forth here, but how are we looking on? Okay, they got 1 unit arrived. They're going to get the other 2 deploying. They'll be on the way. 18 days, though. As for these guys, they are fully deployed. Let's see what it looks like. We've got to take this fight to these guys, and the way we're doing it right now, conserving the battalion, is not doing us a ton of good. I just feel like it's gonna hurt. I feel like it's gonna hurt a lot. Okay, well, we finished off the battalion, but they still have the 16 garrisons, and yeah, look at the damage we took, which is why I didn't want to go down that path initially. Do we have... Oh, we don't even have a tundra bonus. I have something in this area, or at least I thought I had something in this area. Let's start from here. Just got to get that coverage bonus, right? That's what gets you the most, 69%. That got on the map. No time to mess around. Okay, they're still in that rest and recovery phase. We have something up here. I'm gonna go with probably not. So riots left and right though, and it's mostly down to the. Looks like we got a small pocket here in the middle. Maybe we can move something in this area towards the outskirts, like this labor high-rise. Okay, we're up to 70% back here. Okay, we're at that stage again. Let's let the Air Force lead the way. Air Force, there we go. Okay. Oh, the battalion's gone? Wait, hold on. Yes, the battalion, okay, battalion's wiped. Battalion's wiped, so Navy, you're up. They're back up to 18 though, jeez. $15. Navy. Destroyers. Get these guys back up to full strength. Okay. Corvettes, we do have some available again. Mostly coming down to recruits. Recruits that we are out of, which means we need to get back out on the world map and, yeah, help that population base, right? Regiment deployed once again. Just like that, they've brought somebody back out. Alright, completely wiped out the battalion in one go, but we need some reinforcements. Alright, labor safety's up to 75%. It's getting closer. Navy, let's go. Let's go. Get the job done. Come on. Get that number into a manageable state. Down to 7. Down to 7. Okay, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. So, regiment, go help. Down to 5. Okay. We are finally getting on top of this one, but meanwhile we still need to get the safety here. Right, it's jumped to 75, 76 and climbing. There you go. Let's get another. Let's get another fire station. First Battalion, how you doing? Air Force, how you doing? Okay, no Air Force, no ground units, just those garrisons, those pesky garrisons. You can really hold out for a long time as a one province miner if you can build up some garrisons and then just throw in an occasional unit. They have something new incoming. They do have something new incoming. That's why they suddenly had less garrisons. Okay, Navy, you're ready. Are we taking on that something new this time? We might be. Anti-air? Find out here in a second. What the heck was it? I think it might have been anti-air, but they've got 5 garrisons left. 5 garrisons. Now let's check on, like, say, Campos. What is the options? Yeah, anti-air. No, it's this one, which is what? Are you gonna tell me what that is? That's anti-air. That's nothing. That's militia. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, they're close. 1st Battalion, ready, go. Back up to 6. Yeah, 1's anti-air. Looks like it's proper bunker, not just like a garrison. But it's down to 2 garrisons. Down to 2, which means the Navy. I wonder if we should start dropping bombs. We got a new unit ready to deploy. They'll be here in a day and a half. And that is a new fighter unit, right? Advanced fighter, or is it... No, that's the bombers. Woohoo! Advanced bombers ready to go. All right, we got to our 80%, so that has finished off the warning there. We still have the epidemic strikes, though, lasting for another 27 days, even though we've done what they want. Maybe we'll get lucky and... Oh, see, and then we have the influenza still happening at the same time, so it's like negative on top of negative 15 days left on that one. Navy. I'm tempted, but no. Finish off Tierra del Fuego. This should do it, too. This should do it. We should be able to walk in. Yes! Our battalion will walk in very soon. Looks like they're immediately getting something built up again. Yeah, they have 1 more garrison. They build up pretty quick. That's going to be ready fairly soon. Come on, 1st Battalion. Come on, 1st Battalion. Stroll in before it's too late. And they're back. And they're back. 1 of each. And that Navy moved away, so I... Oh, and... Okay, Air Force, you're up. 4 infantry regiments. And the infantry is wiped out. But they still have the 1-in-1. Battalion's going to be ready fairly soon, but I think I'm going to wait on the Navy. I'll use the Navy to destroy or really soften up the garrison and bunker units, and then try to walk in with the battalion. Finish them off. There we go. Ready to go. Is it still 1-in-1, or did they get up to 2-in-1? I think the garrisons go a lot faster. The bunkers take quite a while to construct. Okay. Took care of the bunker, not the garrison, but I think, as we've seen before, these guys should be able to handle that garrison quite easily. And this should do it. This should do it. We should be walking into Tierra del Fuego and take the capital here today. Victorious. We are victorious. We're marching in. There we go. Faction defeated. Magellan's faithful. Gone. Gone. We've done it. And then there were 5. Speaking of the 5. Yeah, Magellan's faithful wiped out. So 5 enemies, 6 total factions left. We started the game with 8 total factions. We've wiped out 2. And in terms of the conquest side of things, we definitely are ahead of the curve on the score. Australia's on the low side. If we're going to go target somebody, Australia seems like a good target. But it's on the Pacific side. Can we sail around? Diplomatic victory is not happening for anybody. That's not possible. But where we are kind of falling into the possibility, the Australia's now, but they're similar. I mean, all 3 of these guys are right there neck and neck with each other. Magellan's faithful's already dropping off the list, even though they were at the 395, 207. But we're still 2-1 ahead of anybody else in terms of our scientific supremacy. See, Mali actually looks like the easiest one to get after at this stage if we wanted. I think we need to be pushing across our active war, of course. We need to either be pushing across into Africa, but then you're right into Mali. I mean, there they are. And it looks like they've got a lot of no garrisons, just a lot of small regiments. A lot of small regiments. Yeah, a lot of militia units. Just nothing but infantry there. Nothing but infantry there. It'd be a pretty easy cakewalk to take them on and take Africa. But I kind of like the idea of pushing in, though it's not Europe, right? This is our enemy, Middle East. I think that's, yeah, Empire of Spice. That's the one we're at war with. Australia doesn't like us, but we're not at war, but they're hostile, so it would be easy to declare war. I could probably declare war on anybody I wanted, most likely. But we need to deploy our second navy and load up that 1st battalion and start pushing in. I don't know if there's any territories actually up here, and I doubt that there is. We'll see if Greenland's possible. We'll take it if it is, and then, you know, Iceland and onto the British Isles. If they're available, we'll take the British Isles. Our navy, how about we do this? Those guys wiped out. We're gonna pick up these guys. Let's give them a rest. We'll get up to here, or up to here anyway, and get them boarded, and then maybe we head to Africa as well, especially if this remains available. We'll get over there, discover it ourselves, and though they might control it for all we know. In fact, they might control all of Africa at this stage. These are unknown provinces. It's not that they are not conquered. They might hold the entirety of Africa, which means we would need to declare war in order to land. Yeah, so we have just 4. It's a smaller navy, but that's okay. We're going to get them deployed, and we are going to deploy them, I guess, up here, because we want to sail across this way. Or will this work? We'll go from here. 2 days. They'll get deployed, and then we'll board 1st Battalion. Then we'll go ahead and deploy, well, I don't know if I want to deploy 4th Battalion there. No, I think we're good. Long range, there you go. Long range targets attacking naval fleets during the long range phase. So it's attack 40 for long range. So it's kind of a naval one. What sort of upgrades do we have, though? Propaganda Bureau, Immigration Interest, Factory Complex, Boost Manufacturing, Agriculture, and a Tax Office. Region Upkeep. You know, we actually have a negative balance lately because of the the epidemic and the influenza penalties. We've been losing money, not rapidly, but losing, definitely. More riots. Let's look at those penalties. What are we down to? Still 23 days on the epidemic, 11 days on the flu. We're just going to have to kind of wait it out, as we've already met all the criteria that it's requested to end it. It's just the timer is the timer. Oh, we just stole all the resources that Magellan had. As we've picked up heavy bombers and heavy fighters, they've gotten into the highest tiers where I've not been able to. They have everything but medicine. Looks like we're almost out of fish. Okay, we need more fish. That's an easy enough fix. More riots breaking out. We're down to 42%, even though food, we're at a 99 or a 100 for everybody. Luxuries are at 99 or 100. Education is high for most everybody. I think we could use a university. Safety, securities in the 90s. Health. Okay, healthcare is kind of low, so we can address the healthcare and add in one university. Riots continue. Of course, there's just a lot of unease over the situation, but adding clinics can certainly help. You got a riot down here. We've got multiple riots happening up here. It's fairly intense at the moment. They're causing a lot of damage. We need more specialists. Oh, more riots. More fires from riots. More destruction from the fires, from the riots. It's spreading like crazy right now. So the only thing that's a little bit on the low side is healthcare. Apparently we need more propaganda, because Americans do just fine without real healthcare. They don't. They really don't, but they think they're doing just fine. Certainly blame the wrong individuals for the problems. We've got police stations all over the place, and yet we can't seem to... seems that this epidemic is not going to end as quickly as we hoped. Right. Okay. We got to deploy 2 more army units. 2 more army units. Easy enough, right? Easy enough. In fact, this is... So we have 4 regiments that are actually deployed. We have 6 locations. We have 2 empty ones, and it's counting them. Oh, we have 3 empty ones. I wonder if, say... Oh, hey! Heavy infantry! There is full-on World War II era. Heavy artillery. Okay, okay. We need to start making machine guns, though. But let's get... Alright, so a new machine gun unit, or factory, that is, only makes 3 machine guns at a time, but we can make that happen. I think one way or another we should get here on the 6 of 8 here. But those riots continue. Let's go ahead and get these guys boarded. Can you not... Why can't... Oh, there's a... We need ability to carry a single battalion or a single squadron. Well, we have the ability for both, so let's just do both. Oh, that's taking 25 days, though. That's going to take a while. That's okay. We'll be patient. We will be patient. Speaking of down here, get into position. Hello, hello. And now they can board. There we go. Alright, we have a regiment. Yeah, the anger is not anything to do with real stuff here. It's the penalties of the pandemic. Now they have harsh treatment for 11 days. They have 18 days left of the epidemic and 6 days left of the influenza itself. So that will be gone sooner rather than later, but in the meantime, this just continues to wreak havoc locally. Well, even with multiple police forces around, we are very much getting riots to the center of town, and they are being brutal. Is it just me, or do we have an upgrade? Do we have an upgrade? One of those singular units is deploying to Alaska. I'd like to deploy one out here to like Sierra Madre. And that would be, what, these guys? Yes, deploy. Just get a little bit of QRF, right? A little bit of quick response out on that world map. But these guys, that's going to be quite a while. Yeah, 22 more days. But these guys are ready. I think the big question is do we want to take on Mali? And I think the question is, the answer I believe is yes. So we kind of want to set this one up for, you know, what's it going to take here? All it takes is a button to declare war. Okay. But we should have those 2 additional units deployed in less than 5 days' time to wrap up that particular piece of what we're doing. Yeah, the flu is down to 4.5 days itself. The harsh treatment is less than 10 now. It's just the whole process is so many negatives. Well, the riots continue for now. Definitely not looking great on that front, but we're getting through it, hanging in there. We're not having any overwhelming disaster. There's just fires to put out, things like that. I'm still working on deploying those 2 units and still waiting on those timers to run out. Hopefully when the flu stops, the other things will stop compounding and we'll just need a little longer to recover. Morale did just go back up for the first time. 1 day on the yeah, 1 day left on the first epidemic strikes. The other one's 13 days, and then 6 days left on the harsh treatment. But we still have the influenza penalty. It has not gone away. As one of the riots is approaching, let's not bother with that for the moment. Let's bother with this, which is getting closer to a war declaration. And if we're going to fight, I don't know how the Air Force is gonna, they have to deploy over there. So like these guys, I don't think there's anything I can do. Ooh, I think it's time. Hold on, it's time. Let's declare war. Let's declare war on Magellan, or Mali. All right, we are at war. Oh, we gotta wait for the Navy here to replenish their timer. There we go. Oh, that Navy's grown a little bit. It's not as small as it once was. Yeah, we took a little beating on that one. I mean, we certainly have an advantage, but they do have one stronger unit in there than what we have. So let's immediately get in here and reinforce these corvettes. Recruits. Alright, now we can reinforce the other corvettes. A lot of buildings on fire at the moment. The riots. Ooh, multiple riots in the main building. That could actually be tricky. Yeah, we could actually lose the game. Of course. As our timer is still replenishing, they have gone around to our rear, but we're going to continue on ahead and then just try to finish them off. I mean, bypassing them is not that big of a deal. Alright, we're okay. We're okay here. Some buildings are not doing great. Wow, look at the riots. Holy cow, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 riots right now. And we suddenly do not have citizens. They've destroyed so many buildings. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Trade port? No. Well, this is definitely the worst that it has been. And we suddenly have a power shortage as well. And that's just because we don't have enough employees. take a moment, pause to do as many repairs as we can. It's the ones that are in total ruins, the ones that burned down. There's too many fires all over the place because there's too many riots happening all at once. Back on these timers, we're looking at one of the epidemic strikes is done. We've got 2 days left on the harsh treatments, 9 days left on the second one, and the influenza just continues. I don't know why we still don't have the deployed units. What's going on with that? Okay, they have moved behind us. So be it. We're going to move across. That Navy's not hurting me. Meanwhile, these guys, halfway through, these guys have deployed. We've deployed army units. So what's your problem? And we've deployed these guys. Alright, I think that means we need to construct. Alright, we've recovered the manufacturers, but not the laborers. Okay, we have a positive power balance once again, and we have a positive laborers balance once again. Okay, I think we're going to need to make 2 more military encampments, I guess. Okay, we're down. The effects are dropping away, yet things are still like going haywire. We're at 49, right? We've got things mostly as high as they can go. The medical was a little lower, we found, but now it's all of a sudden 80 plus everywhere. Safety is 90 plus everywhere. The education's still a little bit low, so we could definitely use some more education coverage, but the riots continue to spite, right? It's just this whole influenza situation that's causing it. And we repair. We've got positive balances on everything now, so there's no additional factors. It's just that the riots continue. They continue to be upset that people are sick. Of course, a riot breaks out literally kitty corner from the main center, quickly burns down, but the riot goes in and yeah, straight into the city center, but we're fine. We are totally fine. Down to 1 million though, so cash is running out real fast. There actually are a lot of buildings that we could pause that would take care of that, but riots, and more riots. These guys, three quarters of the way there. I've got to get these guys moving faster than I am. Not spending enough time on the map. We definitely don't want to go straight for the Gold Coast. Have 50 buildings destroyed by fire. I just got an achievement. Now there's like 9 new riots. Again, most everybody's happy. But we're just taking these stupid penalties. 3 days left on the epidemic strikes though. 3 days and it'll stop. That's a lot of fires. That's gonna do a lot of destruction in this part of town. Luckily, they're nowhere near the city center. I think Adamwa is a perfect place to invade first. So we'll bypass Gold Coast and go there, as it's only got one small regiment defending it. Final 22 hours of the epidemic strikes. It could come to an end here fairly soon, but the influenza stuff is still there, and it's still not giving me credit for deployed army units. So we've deployed 2 new regiments onto the map. We've made 2 new military bases. We've made infantry units. I'm making artillery units because it does at least appear from here that maybe they're looking for artillery, the icon. So I'm trying to get those constructed as well. We're at 51% on this one. We're at 37 on that one. They're still waiting for field howitzers. Let's see if we can get some more field howitzers made up here real quick, because we have 860, but we'll make up some more. All right, at this point, all of those side penalties are gone, except for the influenza itself. We're still trying to deploy the 2 more units. But suddenly, everybody's back up over 50%, and riots should, hopefully, halt. So I think with that, this is probably a good time to take a step back. We're about to embark on a new war. So before we begin that invasion, I think it's a good time to call a halt. We've stopped the strikes, and we've defeated Magellan, but what the heck does it take to win in this game? I mean, we're at 9. Is it a million? We've wondered about landmarks before. Do we have to literally defeat everyone? How do you then have a faction conquest or a diplomatic victory or the scientific supremacy? Like, how do you win any of those if you can do virtually everything and not ever achieve anything? That's so close to done. So close. We'll be able to board here very soon. Are these guys ready to deploy? Yes, they are. 6 days. Are they ready to deploy? Yes, they are. 5 days. Okay. That's 2 artillery units. That might do the trick on that one. All right, folks. That's doing it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.